they want me gone, but I ain't going away. They told me I was wrong, but look at my ass today.
Yo guys, what's going on? I'm Tim, he's AC, Cash Killing AC Sports Reporter. You know how it goes. Check out all the previews we've done so far and stay looking forward to the new ones we're about to do. Remember, with Justin, we are also doing 32 teams in 32 days. This is just basically picking where we have each team at in the division. Oh shit.
Son of a bitch. Locusts.
My God.
They're all over the place out here.
But we also we will be previewing the teams more in depth with Justin, and we want your guys' help. So go watch that video. It'll explain all the help that we need from you guys. It's called 32 clubs in 32 days or whatever. Shit.
Whatever. Okay, fourth place. Who you got?
Fourth place. It's a toss-up for me. You got two bad teams at the bottom of this division. I'll go with the Titans because they basically had no quarterback. They made such a stretch for Jake Locker. Jake Locker's a great talent, but he never really surfaced to be a great quarterback in college. Chris Johnson's basically what's going to keep them going. They lost Jason Babbitt on the defense. They lost Jim Washburn as their defensive line coach, and they are in the lovely, lovely city. Well, this is in Philadelphia, as we found out earlier, but I have them in fourth place at about 6-10, 5-11. Nothing special out of them this season.
To be honest with you, I think 6 wins is very generous for this team, what they have here. Yeah. They got rid of Jeff Fisher, who I think is a great coach.
I think he's Andy Reid South, but hey.
Whatever, man. We got Vince Young now, so, you know,
Vince Young wasn't doing much for them.
That's true, but he's a good talent. He's more proven than Jake Locker.
Yeah, they should have kept working with Vince Young.
I mean,
Jeff Fisher and him didn't get along. By Jeff Fisher, Vince Young's a great talent. They should have worked with him. That's what I get to with them. And then you got third place, right about at a similar record, 6-10, 7-9, maybe a little bit better, are the Jaguars. I mean, they have the potential to contend. They got some nice pieces with Maurice Jones-Drew. They have a decent wide receiving core. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know a ton about the Jaguars, but they have a nice...
Who does?
The people in Jacksonville don't know anything about the Jaguars. No. They got a pretty decent team. The question is, does Blaine Gabbert become the starter at some point this year, number 10 pick in the draft, or do they stick with Garrard for this year and maybe a little bit longer?
2 words for you: Florida sports. You know what I mean? Like it's like they have something there, but they're like, it seems like they don't even want to do anything with it.
Yeah,
which is just confusing. It just confuses me.
They're the Jaguars. I mean, come on. They're not a very exciting team. Neither are their uniforms, neither is their stadium. I mean, it doesn't do much for me. Second place, I got the Texans, just missing out on the playoffs yet again at 10-6. Though they're gonna certainly push for that final wild card spot. Matt Schaub, as long as he can stay healthy, he's a beast. Arian Foster, I think, got overrated somewhat from last year, but he's still going to be a tremendous running back for them this season.
Won me my fantasy league.
Michael Vick won me mine, so.
Arian Foster's a boss, man.
And just for the record, if you have #1 pick in your fantasy draft, take Michael Vick, and I'm not being a homer. He's clearly not the best quarterback, but he gets in the end zone, he throws touchdowns, and he can run. Take Michael Vick as your fantasy quarterback.
That's fantasy 4-1-1 right there. We should be on ESPN with that, what's his name, Matthew Barnaby or something like that? I don't know. I watched that show.
Matthew Barnaby's the hockey guy.
Oh.
It's Matthew something.
Yeah, who cares?
Who goes by Matthew? But the Texans, yeah, 10-6. Andre Johnson's a monster. You need some guys on defense to step up. They put in a new defensive system. You need D'Amico Ryans. Mario Williams is a monster. And then they got that guy who had the drug suspension last year. But it is what it is right now. You'll have to see with them. Gary Kubiak's job is under fire this year if they don't come really close or in the playoffs.
Something I have here is, this is just encompassing the whole NFL. Doesn't it seem like a lot of teams are putting in new offensive or defensive schemes this year?
Yeah,
and which doesn't matter.
Unfortunately, it happens in a year where you have a shortened training camp.
Exactly, so that's kind of confusing to me. But whatever, that's just something I wanted to throw out there.
And first place I have, just because they're still in this division, is the Colts. I mean, this organization has done an awful job of putting... They can't go get a running back. I mean, they praise Manning for taking less money to bring back a die, but what does a die really do? He had one good season where he was actually a beast running back, and then, yeah.
Whatever the running game is in Indianapolis, it's going to be a compliment to Peyton Manning. You're not going to get the ball as much as a lot of people would on other teams. That goes without saying. You know what I mean? Because Peyton Manning's the best quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, Peyton Manning's the best quarterback of all time, if you ask me. But you have Peyton Manning in a position there where he has solid receivers. I think it's given too much credit how good of receivers he has, because I think he made Dallas Clark, Jacob Tamme, Pierre Garçon, and Austin Collie.
You put those 4 guys on a different team, say...
I'm not sure they would do much.
I'm not sure they're what they are today. I don't know that they're not, they don't do much, but they're certainly not household names the way they are.
Yeah, and the defense has some nice pieces with Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis, Gary Brackett, but they need a new leader of the secondary. Bob Sanders, they finally gave up on him.
Steps on an ant and gets hurt.
Steps on it. He stole that from me last night on the Blitz Hardcore podcast. But yeah, first place we have the Colts, 11-5. I think their days of making playoff runs with just Peyton Manning might be over, though. They're gonna have to put a team around him.